Good evening. My name is Araceli Nunez Lee, and I am a member of KQED's Community Advisory Panel. We are a group of community members that meet 6 times a year to support, give feedback, and engage KQED in community building. Learn more about our work at kqed.org/CAP. KQED Live is the events programming side of your favorite local public media station. We are dedicated to bringing you journalism live on stage, amplifying our local Bay Area culture and deepening civic participation. We present screenings, talks, performances, food tastings, interactive game shows, and so much more. You can learn about all our events at kqed.org/live. We want to thank this season's sponsors that make KQED Live possible: Asian Art Museum, Berkeley Rep, Comcast Business, San Francisco Symphony. We are so grateful for their commitment to supporting our mission of civic and cultural engagement in the Bay Area. We thank the Marigold Project and all their volunteers who helped build the altar in our KQED lobby and have helped us in every way possible to make tonight a success. Now let's introduce tonight's host, Marisol Medina-Cadena, reporter and producer for Right Nowish, and Paul C. Kelly Campos, intern for our daily radio show Forum. Let's welcome them up to the stage.
Thanks, everyone. We're so honored you came out tonight to KQED to celebrate your ancestors with us. I'm Marisol Medina-Cadena, and I produce KQED's Arts and Culture podcast, Right Nowish.
Saludos, me llamo Paul C. Kelly Campos y yo soy un internado con el radio equipo de Forum y aquí estamos juntos esta noche para participar en Living Altars, Dia De Los Muertos en San Francisco.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge how historic this moment is. If you're not aware, this is KQED's first Dia De Los Muertos celebration. And in a city and a neighborhood where we go hard for Los Muertos, assembling altars in our schools, in our parks, in our community spaces, it's about time KQED honors this tradition. Our culture belongs in public media.
Queremos tomarnos un momento para reconocer lo histórico que es este evento. Si no lo saben, esta es la primera celebración de Día de los Muertos en KQED, que KQED ha hecho en su historia. Y en un vecindario donde hacemos todo lo posible para Día de los Muertos, montando altares en nuestra escuela, parques y ceras. Ya es hora, por fin, de que KQED también honore esta tradición. Nuestra cultura y logros merecen estar en los medios públicos.
And we have an incredible show lined up for you tonight, and we're really striving to do this bilingual style. So please give it up for my co-host, Paul.
Como dijo mi compañera Marisol, vamos a usar el español para todos los que están viendo hoy.
At the heart of Dia de los Muertos is a celebration of the cycle of life. In doing so, we don't shy away from talking about death. We remember our dead. We celebrate their life through song, prayer, dance, sharing stories around an altar. All of this is ceremony.
En el corazón del Día de los Muertos es una celebración del ciclo de la vida. Celebramos su vida a través del canto, la oración, la danza, compartiendo historias alrededor de un altar. Todo esto es una ceremonia.
We are basing tonight's program on the elements of the universe: air, fire, water, earth, all which converge in the center. To honor these elements, we have 5 poets who will be performing original poems inspired by each element. Each element is sacred and can teach us a lot about honoring life.
Estamos basando el programa de esta noche en los elementos básicos del universo: aire, fuego, agua, tierra, todos los cuales convergen en el centro. Para honrar estos elementos tenemos 5 poetas que tienen poemas originales inspirados en cada elemento. Cada elemento es sagrado y puede enseñarnos cómo se puede honrar la vida. Aire representa el poder del viento a guiarnos. Fuego representa el sol que nos calienta y nos alimenta. Agua representa el poder del mar que nos limpia y nos renueva. Tierra representa la tierra que nos pone a tierra. Centro representa el corazón y donde convergen todos los elementos.
Air represents the power of the wind that guides us. Fire represents the sun that warms us and fuels us. Water represents the power of the oceans that cleanses and renews us. Earth represents the land that grounds us. And center represents the heart where all the elements converge. Our first poet of the evening will be Leonel Sanchez, who will honor the element of air. But to start our evening of flor y canto, we will begin with a blessing, led by Luis Papalot.
Empezamos con una bendición, Mariposa en la luz, y después la bendición sigue de nuestro primer poeta, León Sánchez.
Ometeo tlazocamatime, with the permission of the people of this land and their ancestors, the Yalamu Aloni, with the permission of my ancestors, the Bensa Zapotec of Oaxaca, with the permission of your hearts and your minds, my name is Luis Papalot, and we are honored to be part of this celebration of life. In the Mexica tradition, we are in the midst of the celebration of life and death. And so with that, we are going to honor the directions and what each direction represents with regards to the elements. I have two of my siblings with me that will be accompanying me with the toque of Atekokoli. Ometeotzi, lazo kamatli. So if you are able to stand, please join us as we honor the direction of the east. In the direction of the east, we honor the element of fire. We honor the element of the sacred masculine. We honor the element of us all. Ometeotzin. Takokoli. Ometeo. So now we turn to the direction of the west, the direction of the earth, of the element of earth, of the sacred feminine that is within and among all of us. Ometeotzin. And now we turn to the direction of the south, the direction of water, direction of the children, the child that is within all of us. Ometeotzin, lasokomatlime. And finally, we arrive to the direction of the north, the direction of the wind, the direction of the element of the wind, direction of all of our ancestors, of all our transcestors. We are going to be doing 3 toques of Atekokoli, one representing all the sacred feminine, all the sacred masculine, and everyone that lies in between. Atekokoli, Ometeo. Ometeo. And Ometeo. And one final turn to the direction of your heart to the left. We honor that sacred connection of the cosmos to the earth and everything that lies within. Ometeotzi, tlazokomatlime, atekokoli. I leave you with hopes and prayers that we realize that ceremony is life and death, and that we get the opportunity to celebrate in both places. Ome teotzin, laso kamatlime.
The air that carries. There's something in the air here. Can you hear it? It's covering me. The rolling fog brings with it a child's laugh echoing dimly down the street. Can you hear the hope through the void? When the air is this thick, all seems primordial. They say in the beginning, a feather-seated life, forever linking the dead to the crisp breeze I feel tonight. I say, I want to believe this is rebirth. What's around us has always been here and will stay long after I've left this city. Consider the monarch butterfly. Generations and generations migrating over and over again. The baby caterpillar is born and already dreams of oyamel fir trees larger than the mountains they grow out of. Children who know where they came from and where they're going. We don't yet know how they gain this knowledge for direction. I suspect magic with the air that carries them closer to home. Can you hear it? The whoosh of innumerable butterflies, whispering traditions they don't remember but understand. Some call it faith, that we could try this again. We could do this again. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonel, Sanchez, and Tlawis Papalot for blessing our space and for getting us in the right mind and the right heart for this beautiful night we have.
Muchas gracias a Mariposas en la Luz y a Leonel Sánchez, un modo muy emocionante de comenzar la noche.
And so now we want to welcome the Marigold Project, which is the organization that KQED partnered to help make this event happen. And so we're going to bring on the founder, Rosa de Anda, and a dedicated volunteer, Daniel Revivas. So part of the tradition of Dia De Los Muertos, storytelling is really important to share why we gather. And so this part is just about testimonio and sharing our palabra about our memories and how we came to this tradition. And so we want to start with you, Rosa, because you're the founder of the Marigold Project. And for people who don't know, the organization creates healing spaces to help us connect with our ancestors. So we'd like to ask you, how have you seen that work grow and evolve over time?
Y empezamos contigo, Rosa. El proyecto Marigold sirve a la comunidad creando espacios de sanación para ayudarnos a conectarnos con nuestros antepasados. Contanos cómo te involucraste en la organización de muertos a gran escala y cómo has visto evolucionar la tradición.
Gracias, muchas gracias por estar aquí con todos ustedes. I'm so happy to be here. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with the ancestors and to be with all of your ancestors. We started out in 1991. We were part of the processional group, and we decided that after walking through this procession, that all this energy had been raised, and all these volunteers that we had amassed and had worked with so hard, needed a space to to let this energy come out that we had raised. And so Garfield Park was our end point through Balmy Alley. And we decided that that would be the space to put up the altars and honor the ancestors. And during those early years, it was tough. It was really, really tough. We got a chance to be together every week and make ofrendas and practice ceremony, and everybody worked for free. It was a different story back then because people didn't need to work 2 and 3 jobs to make their rent, and it's a different story now. It's hard to get volunteers today, but we have grown. We have grown to have these dedicated people that come through. And thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And it was through meditation one night when I was meditating with my ancestors, and the idea, the vision, to honor the cardinal directions and the elements of life came through this meditation. And the idea to honor East with the element of air dedicated to the children, adults to the north with elders, the fire direction, the south goes to youth, and the west is water to adults. The center is the heart. It's us. It's our love and the love for the other. The ceremony is created by visual artists, poets, dancers, musicians, and our 2,500-year-old rituals that we still maintain, like burning copal, like what we just saw with Angel. And this year we're celebrating our 31st year at Potrero del Sol Park. We'll be there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon with ceremony, with music and dancers and poets and musicians. And I hope you all can be there. Our vision to lead San Francisco in a citywide celebration of the Day of the Dead remains a goal. Each year we expand into a different neighborhood. We will be in Bayview, Hunters Point this year, which makes me very happy, and in the Haight as well. We are gaining more community support and more city support, which is very, very important and vital to our growth and expansion. We offer workshops to school and to the public, and participation is free. All of it is free. We're not commercial, completely non-commercial. We depend on people like you. So please go to the dayofthedeadsf.org and get involved, support us. Put up an altar, honor your ancestors. We're here to do it together.
Rosa dice que empezaron a organizar la procesión con Juan Pablo Gutiérrez hace 31 años atrás y que en ese tiempo era más común a tener más de 100 voluntarios trabajando con ellos en cualquier momento porque el costo de la vida era más manejable y la gente tenía más tiempo para dedicarse al arte y al trabajo comunitario. Y por eso todos ellos trabajaban gratis en ese tiempo. La comunidad se reunía regularmente para participar en ceremonia y planear y producir ofrendas de altares. Durante esos primeros años, Rosa dice que la procesión pasaba desde Balmy Alley a Garfield Park. El paseo de la procesión a la iglesia, al cementerio, como la tradición mexicana, no fue posible acá en San Francisco porque no hay cementerios. El único cementerio que existió es actualmente el Parque de Dolores. Entonces decidieron que Garfield Park sería el cementerio para una noche. Tradicionalmente los altares se instalan en las tumbas para recrear un espacio para el duelo y la reflexión de la comunidad. La visión de dar honor a la muerte en las diferentes etapas de la vida, junto con las direcciones cardenales y los elementos de la vida, vino a Rosa mientras que estaba en un momento de meditación con sus ancestros. Y por eso hacen esa tradición mantienen esa tradición sur al fuego o al tirado de la juventud, oeste al agua celebrando a los adultos, norte a la tierra mirando a los ancianos y centro al amor mirando a todos. Y el círculo de la vida y la muerte se hizo con los puntos cardinales y eso no ha cambiado para el grupo. Continúa en esa tradición. La ceremonia está creada por varias artistas visuales, poetas, bailarinas, músicos y estas tradiciones tienen más de 2.500 años de existir. Y Rosa invita a todos nosotros a venir y participar y que si tenemos una pregunta también podemos visitar dayofthedead.org y que este año la ceremonia será a las 2 de la tarde y otra vez a las 5 de la tarde en el Parque Portero del Sol, también conocido como Parque de la Raza. Y en conclusión dice que todos nosotros quedamos invitados a participar.
So Danielle, this question's for you. Based on your upbringing and your own experiences, how do you remember your ancestors on Day of the Dead?
Well, I was introduced to death and the journey of death and the roller coaster that is grief at the young age of 23 when my really good friend, Nikki Kotani, passed away. She was diagnosed with cancer in January of 2004, and she left this physical world 4 months later. Stunned, angry, deeply melancholy. I had no idea of the grief process and how it works. I went to her funeral and felt completely unfulfilled with our goodbye. This is not emotional, it's fine. 2 short years later, I was 25, and I lost another good friend. Albert Baracchio left the world by choice in November of 2006. Again, stunned, angry, deeply melancholy. I was able to hold space for myself better the second time around. I was still learning, and it wasn't perfect, but I was better at it, just not really great. I grew up in a cultural identity clash. I wasn't raised with any type of religion, nor was I raised with any huge cultural ties to my Iranian, Filipino, or Hawaiian roots. I didn't understand like how we moved through ceremony or tradition, and I, in many ways, because of this cultural clash, felt lost, especially when it was, in the arena of death. So from there, I curated my own journey of grief and how it would look to me, what felt right. On Nikki and Albert's birthdays, I would light candles in their honor. I would play their favorite music. I got flowers for the house. I'd allow the memories of them to flood me. I could hear their voices so vividly. To this day, still do. I could see their facial gestures. And enter Festival of Altars. Thank you, Rosa, for bringing this into my life. Festival of Altars, 2014. On that night of November 2nd, Day of the Dead, unbeknownst to me, my life or my feelings of death would evolve. I went to the festival and I enjoyed all the altars, the candlelight flickering on the pictures danced, the smell of copal completely enveloped me. It was beautifully intoxicating seeing the people sit by their altars, laughing, reminiscing. It was this wonderful energy that felt just so powerful and resonated with me. I wrote the names of my lost loved ones and a message, and I pinned up that message to them on the community altar at the festival. It felt right. So enter 2015, I did my first ofrenda build. I brought it to the festival, and I made 5 shoebox altars, and I sat there very self-conscious. I had my flower crown on, and I was really proud of what I did, but still very self-conscious. And I had these thoughts of, I'm not Mexican. Is this okay? Am I appropriating a tradition? Is this performative? It was very confusing, but also at the same time just very emotional. But those feelings, those insecurities were swiped away through the night as I talked to other festival goers, talked to other people with altars, and we talked of their loss, and we talked of their pull to Day of the Dead, and it felt right. As I was talking to these people, I was feeling like I was part of something bigger, something more significant, something that, like, complete opposite of appropriative or performative. It felt healing. And from that point on, I was hooked. Public altar building was my answer to my grief journey, was my answer to me being okay. From that point on, every altar I built at the festival got bigger, got larger, got more involved, and was richer and deeply rooted in Mesoamerican history. And it felt completely like something that had come home to me. And from that point on, Dia de Muertos to me has been my way of reconnecting, redefining, reconciling my relationship with Earth, my ancestors, both known and unnamed, my lost loved ones. Dia de Muertos changed my thought process of death from being jarring and cold to, do I dare say it, to a place of transition and light. I'm finding my roots. I'm still finding my roots, and I'm finding them because of Day of the Dead. And I will always live by the thought process of sunrises and sunsets are my religion, and Day of the Dead is my church.
That was beautifully said. Paul, this is a
I
question.
have to translate.
I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
Take a deep breath.
Respira. La primera vez que Daniel conoció las emociones vinculadas a la pérdida de alguien querida fue en el año 2004, cuando perdió a su amiga muy cercana, Nikki Cotiani, a cáncer. Y 2 años después perdió otro amigo, Albert Baracchio. Albert Baracchio, cuando se suicidó en el noviembre de 2006. Las emociones predominantes durante ese periodo de su vida eran el choque, la bravura y una depresión y melancolía sumamente profundas. Y algo que impactó todo esto también fue que no tenía un centro religioso o cultural, porque Daniel viene de una casa de raíces muy diversas. Tiene herencia irania, filipina, hawaiana. También no creció con una religión central en su casa, y por eso siempre se ha sentido algo perdido en estos aspectos de la vida, pero especialmente cuando viene al asunto de la muerte. Y por eso por muchos años vivió con un sentido de descontento constante. Nunca se sintió contento con su despedida de sus 2 amigos, y poco a poco, paso a paso, comenzó a hacer ceremonias privadas para recordar a esos queridos, como escuchando sus canciones favoritas y recordando los detalles de sus rostros. Pero el gran cambio vino en el año 2014, cuando participó en el Festival de los Altares en el Día de los Muertos, y le conmovió mucho a ver cómo la gente recordaba en un método estabilizado y sagrado a sus defuntos. Y después de eso comenzó a involucrarse más, construyendo ofrendas para la gente y para sus propios defuntos. Pero en el otro lado, pero también tiene sus dudas. Dice a veces que se siente que no debería estar haciendo esto, que no tiene herencia mexicana o que no viene de una familia latinex. Pero en el otro mano, esta tradición ha cambiado su mentalidad sobre el sentimiento de la muerte. De algo que era antes de frío y remoto, a algo que de una transición bellísima de luz. Los amaneceres y atardeceres son su religión, que el Día de los Muertos se ha convertido en su iglesia de sanación.
And my bad, Paul, for trying to rush you. It's just that what we shared just really connected, I think, what we've talked about, how you came into the tradition of Dia de los Muertos, and I thought maybe you could share about that.
Lo voy a decir primero en español. Quiero profesar mi respuesta con el fato que pues yo vengo de una herencia nicaragüense, pinolero, para que sepan. Y ese hecho me ha impactado mucho a mi experiencia cuando viene el asunto de aprendiendo las costumbres y tradiciones de Día de los Muertos, porque acá en la área de la bahía hay un énfasis en la cultura mexicana y chicanx, y yo, siendo un hombre de cultura centroamericana, noto eso mucho, y ese énfasis está reflexionado en varios aspectos de la vida. Latinex, como en clase de español, clases de historia, clases de literatura latinoamericana y en eventos públicos. en cualquier parte del área de la bahía se siente ese énfasis. Y la estructura de la conversación en esos momentos, esos clases, siguen la misma fórmula, en que enfocamos principalmente, por la mayoría de la conversación, en la cultura mexicana y los costumbres que son de allá. Y después de eso pasamos por un momentito a tocar por un ratito los costumbres que son de Sudamérica, pero el Caribe y Centroamérica, para la mayor parte, se quedan ignorados o olvidados. Y eso ha sido pues mi experiencia exterior, en el mundo exterior, pero mi experiencia aprendiendo del Día de los Muertos en mi vida interior ha sido muy diferente, porque yo sé que hay una población notable de gente nicaragüense acá en el área de la bahía, pero solo en los años recién pasados que me he estado involucrándome más en esa comunidad nica. Pero cuando yo era niño, yo conocí solo 2 personas que eran directamente de Nicaragua, y esas personas fueron mi mamá y mi abuela. Entonces ellos eran mis autoridades culturales. Y entonces por la mayoría de mi juventud solo conocía 2 personas que eran de allá, que me decían los costumbres que son de allá, que es de nosotros, que es distinto de nosotros. Y te doy un ejemplo, por ejemplo. Yo pregunté una vez a mi mamá si usamos marigold, los flores marigold, si lo usamos allá en Nicaragua. Y no me entendió porque en Nicaragua se usa otro nombre, porque existe abajo de otro nombre el caliche. Y el caliche es un tipo de español que es nativo a Nicaragua, único a Nicaragua. Y me dijo que sí, crece en Nicaragua, pero no tiene la misma importancia o popularidad como en México, porque en Nicaragua tenemos flores diferentes. Y por eso yo tengo esta cosita que me hizo mi mamá y mi abuela, un simulacro, porque no es de verdad. Representa los 2 flores que usamos para el Día de los Difuntos. Y yo te digo que en Nicaragua se llama Día de los Difuntos, en vez de Día de los Muertos en Nicaragua. Y yo tengo aquí representadas las 2 flores, el flor de disciplina, el saguanhochi, pero no son verdaderos porque será imposible conseguirlo afuera de Nicaragua. Pero eso es un ejemplo, y te doy un ejemplo en conclusión. Una vez pregunté a mi abuela por qué siempre dejaba un tazón de agüita enfrente del retrato de mi tío y mi abuelo, que ya son fallecidos. Y me dijo que en Nicaragua creen que la alma de los difuntos todavía se están purgando, y que cuando te visitan, entonces tienen mucho sed. Y por eso siempre dejo un copita para ellos, para que cuando me visitan pueden satisficar su sed. But in English now.
Pins and needles.
To answer your question, Marisol, to preface my answer, I have to say I'm of Nicaraguan heritage. My maternal family is from Managua, Nicaragua. My father's from Ireland, but that's a story for another time. But so that fact that I am of Nika heritage has impacted how I have learned about Day of the Dead. Just because here in the area, the Bay Area, there's a big emphasis on Mexican and Chicanx culture. And although on one hand that has really broadened my appreciation for those cultures and allowed me to, be a part of things like, this right now. On the other hand, it can feel lonely, I suppose, because I've taken a lot of Spanish classes throughout my life, and like classes on literature and whatnot. And usually the conversation, when we get to, the chapter, capítulo about Dia de los Muertos, the conversation usually follows around the same kind of formula or structure. We will talk about the roots of Day of the Dead in Mexico and whatnot, and we'll really focus on them, talk about it for a while, and then maybe Chicanx culture, what they do here in the States. And then we'll talk a little bit about South America, but for the most part, Central America and the Caribbean are usually forgotten. Or, we might mention one thing about them or lump them all together. Mm-hmm. So that has kind of been my experience with peers, or like the exterior world, so to speak. But my interior life, or with my family, when I ask them about things, has been a little bit more private. I'll ask them about what flowers do we use? Do we use the marigold? For instance, say, no, I actually don't even know what that is. We use a different name for it. He's like, it exists over there, but we use our own volcanic flowers. And I have them here represented, but they're not real because it's impossible really to get them outside of Nicaragua because there's not enough of us here. Oh. But You know, el flor de disciplina, el sawanhochi, you know, that's what you use when you visit the tombs of your loved ones. You leave it there and whatnot, talk to them, bring them roquilla, whatever, atol, I don't know. So that's kind of been my interior life, where I'll have a question and it'll be maybe in my grandma's room or something, and they'll give me an answer. And that's how I've learned about Day of the Dead.
Oh, amazing.
Okay. This question is from Marisol now. Who is someone you are honoring on your ofrenda, and what pieces of them do you put on the altar? En español. ¿Quién es alguien que está honorando en tu ofrenda? ¿Y qué pedazos de ellos pone en el altar?
So every Dia de los Muertos, I put pictures of my relatives on both my paternal and maternal side. And I guess just to share one story in particular, I'll tell you about my maternal grandfather. His name was Floria Lara, and he was born in West Berkeley. And he actually got drafted into the war in World War II, but he got injured, so he couldn't be in the combat. So they trained him to do like engineering. So when he came back to the Bay, he actually, that became his line of work, was engineering. And my mom has a photo of him, like with his colleagues, and he's like the only brown person, and he like really sticks out. It's like 1950s, like a bunch of white guys. And, you know, it kind of makes sense why my grandpa was so serious. You know, he had a lot of pressure on him to perform and to prove himself. And when I think about my grandfather and his character and his nature, it's usually this like very serious, tall guy. He was very tall. When he sat in the car, he kind of had to hunch over.
Oh, that's really tall.
But so the few times I have in my memory of him like laughing or seeming relaxed, just like really stuck out, because that wasn't, I think, his normal. And those few times where he was really at peace was when he was listening to the Giants games on the radio. And so I have a little FM radio that I'm going to be putting on the altar.
Yay.
And another sweet memory I have of him actually laughing was when he was reading the Sunday comics, and he would go like hee hee, and then he would like point and like shove the paper across the table for me to read, and like I would laugh back. And so I collected comic strips from the Sunday Chronicle to put on my altar.
Nice.
And another thing on my altar is a cup for black coffee, because my grandpa was an avid person who would go to all the diners in San Francisco. And one that's still around that I remember him taking me to was Al's on Mission Street. It's still there, and it looks the same as when I was a kid. And I think that's really special, because so many of the things, you know, aren't around the way a lot of us experienced them, maybe in the 90s, early 2000s. So those are just some mementos I put to honor Floria Lara.
That's really nice.
Marisol dice que cada Día de los Muertos siempre da honor a sus abuelos paternos y maternos, pero para esta tarde quiere compartir unos detalles en particular sobre su abuelo Florial Lara. Él era un hombre muy raro y único, dice Marisol. Era ingeniero estructural y un veterano de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Y la primera cosa que ella tiene puesta en su altar para él es un radiocita, porque los momentos en que él estaba totalmente calmo fue cuando estaba escuchando el juego de los gigantes a través de su radio, y le dio la oportunidad como niña a vaguear un poquito en el cuarto el dormitorio de sus abuelos. Y la segunda cosa que ella tiene puesta es un tire de cómicas, porque él era un hombre muy serio, sombre, porque vivía con mucha presión y estrés porque trabajó en una industria que era predominante gente gringa o blanca y por eso tenía mucho que aprovechar. Pero por eso cuando se sonría de algo le dio risa, esos momentos o memorias son los más preciosas para Marisol y por eso tiene un tigre de cómicas cortada para él. Y la final cosa que ella tiene puesta en su altar es un tazón de café, porque él era un fanático de los diners americanos y siempre ordenaba un tazón de café negro, con nada simple. Y lo tiene en su altar para que su alma se pueda nutrir con algo.
Well, thanks everyone for sharing your cuentos, your testimonies. I encourage you all at home after this event and on November 1st and 2nd to take a moment to share stories about your loved ones with each other.
Muchísimas gracias por todas tus respuestas. Muchísimas gracias a los hablantes. Ya nos vamos.
Thank you.
Musical guest, Mariposas del Alma. Wow, okay, lights.
Mariposa del Alma, ya, dale. De cachimba.
Thank you so much. We hope you enjoy.
First off, don't any of you mocosos out there go and confuse me with that white man electric fire burning árboles, montañas y animales up north. Nah, you see, I am a much older fire. I'm huehueteo in faded brown Ben Davis, bigote on fire, chin whiskers smoldering, walking down Mission Street, stooped over and ignoring the 14 bus because I've been walking these blocks forever. And I know you. I know your familia. I am the fire of lazy obsidian. The fire of Xolot hiding. I'm the fire that reflects the smoking mirror that illuminates your tonali so you can look inside and see your esqueleto. I'm the fire that knows why the calavera is grinning. So don't you dare confuse me with that young, greedy fire that's burned through our neighborhood, destroying our spaces, displacing our gente. I am a much older fire. The fire of moody twilights y bloody lunas. The fire that flecks cachitos of orange on your ofrendas. The fire of cempasúchil's remembering. I am the fire of a secret luz that got your familia here safely. I'm not the sleeping fire that waits and flickers on the horizon in the night sky of sueños. I am the fire that lights up memorias you don't remember having because they belong to your antepasados. Mi pelo is the humo that takes your bienvenidos y prayers up to el cielo. Mis fingertips son cenizas that smudge your forehead not with the sign of the cross, but with the 4 directions. I have lit the candelas on Calle 24 for every ceremony, from the births to the deaths to the loves to the hates. I'm the fire that heats your mama grande's comal, that heats your stoner roommate's hot plate. I'm the fire that marks both the tierra and the neighborhood, that chars your dias and timelines with smoke, with heat, with ashes. I'm the fire that changes the flesh to the huesos, to the cenices, to the raíces, to the semillas. So we can begin all over again. I am the first and the last fire to burn under this quinto sol. In the end, I will sink into la tierra just like you, surrounded by terremotos. But for now, I'm the fire of creation. I'm the fire of Olin. I am an old fire.
west, keeper of water. Ancestors once lived here. Sea turtle, orca, ghost shark. Descend, release. I am west, keeper of water. Who are you and what are you doing here? Finches seek nectar, deer search for streams. Bioluminescent stars of plankton move through water womb. Saltbush and sedges, the damselfish are disappearing. Goddess with serpent skirt, mother of moon and stars, creates, destroys, rises. I am west, keeper of water. Who are you and what are you doing here? An oyster still in brackish waters, three-chambered heart pumps transparent blood. Salamanders sleep under dry wetlands. Drought in Somalia, California, China. Here the drizzle rest in wet cove, drift into dream. Flooding in Pakistan, Puerto Rico, Paducah. Lands surrounded by ocean from all directions. Shared waters rising. Seagrass, kelp, conch, copper cups of rainwater. I am west, keeper of water. Who are you and what are you doing here? Emerald visions, elkhorn coral, watery flights. Face west, arrive at the center, 5 cosmic trees, roots intertwined. I am west, keeper of water. Who are you and what are you doing here? Calcified valves shelter fleshy matter. Bony tongues and coffin fish encircle fire plants. Return of the liquid spirits and healing waters. Strangers offer snapdragons. Mangrove roots hold firm. I am west, keeper of water. Who are you and what are you doing here?
mi cuerpo pregunta por ti y no sé dónde estás. Si no te hubiera sido, sería tan feliz. La gente pasa y pasa siempre tan igual. El ritmo de la vida me parece mal. Era tan diferente cuando estabas tú. Sé que era diferente cuando estabas tú. No hay nada más difícil que vivir sin ti. No. Sufriendo en la espera de verte llegar. El frío de mi cuerpo pregunta por ti y no sé dónde estás. Si no te hubiera sido, sería tan feliz. Si no te hubiera sido, sería tan feliz.
Who tended this soil? Freshly painted on pavement in Golden Gate Park, we are on everyone, everything's earth. Humans spend a year inside. Sprouts crack through concrete. Coyotes explore their city. Then we walk, run, roll from Civic Center to Ocean Beach. Spend Sundays signing our demand. Outlaw engines in our precious park. The weight of cars now ghost. Relief to the paths we amble. Given the space, our ancestors sit up in their graves, crowned in liquid amber that grows where exhaust once smothered it. Bygone ribs expand, contract. We, descendants, breathe eucalyptus, history, plant seeds, watercolor, wrap blades of grass around fingers, hold hands, roll leaves into something we can light on fire. Look at the sky. How I was born of this dirt, clay in the grasp of Coatlicue, gendered, transformed, metamorph of this earth. Still, our qualms rooted too deep to quell in this lifetime. Sometimes we want so much more. Today, tomorrow, we forget to turn around and say thank you.
On this celebration of Dia De Los Muertos, we would like to dedicate this song to everyone who has lost a loved one, and special to my mother who passed away in November 2017. We remember you, we honor you, and we love you to all of our past lives. We hope you enjoy. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
El que no sabe de amores llorona, no sabe lo que es martirio. No sé qué tienen las flores llorona, las flores en el campo santo, que cuando las mueve el viento llorona, es como que están llorando. Alphabet for grief para las familias de Uvalde. Almas de bebés breathing into bruised moon, cracked sun, curved cheekbones on small faces, calling for sus madres. Cantos de Amerí, Alejandria, Alicia, Anabel. Death doesn't exactly fit the shoulders of Eva, Eli, Eliana. Faces small, fading into the ether. Ooh, para las madres de Irma, Jackie, Jace, Jaila, José, Laila. Lamento tus lágrimas, látidos lumbrando los árboles, las madres holding the shadows of Maite, McKenna, Miranda, y Nevaeh. Madres nursing the ground now. Ooh, para las que tejen el llanto into their trenzas, bearing their luto into every single next day. Ooh, smiles shining, succulent shadows of ancestor likeness, tender, transformed. Uvalde, dweller near the river, visiting in a flutter of colibris, waiting to understand, forward without Rogelio, Tess, Uzia, Javier. Zafades de sus suspiros. Ooh. Las ánimas sparkle obsidian still. Terracotta and emerald are dreams into the future. I sing this luto into a historic haunted rio. I luto this rio into a haunted historic song. I haunt the historic. I rio the song for luto. I rio the luto into canción. Y la canción nos salvará. La canción nos sanará. Ay de mi llorona. Llorona, llévame al río. H.
Thank you to all the poets, the band Mariposas Del Alma, the Marigold Project, to everyone at the KQED live team behind the scenes, to all of you in the audience for making this happen. We hope that the ancestors heard our flor y canto, and we just wish you all a good night.
Gracias al Marigold Project, a todos los poetas, Mariposas del Alma, al equipo del evento KQED Live y a todos ustedes en la audiencia por participar en este evento. Gracias Marisol. Buenas noches, cuídense.